Now, Anthony Joshua's opponent for June the 1st has been confirmed. Right, Andy Ruiz Jr steps in for Jarrell Miller. Johnny Nelson joins us in the studio now there. Give us all the lowdown on this one. First of all, what is your reaction to this news?
OK, then. So this was probably whispered about a week ago. So it's not like he's just got 31 days to prepare for a fight, which is June the 1st. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for him because he's stepping at last minute's notice. He's going to be criticised. You look at him, you think, this guy doesn't look like a heavyweight fighter. He doesn't look in great shape. He's got fast hands. Only lost once. That was to Joseph Parker for the vacant WBO title. He's going to be busy, but he's up against it. The problem is this, when these things happen, if you're a fighter, no matter what, you're going to drop your guard. You're going to think, this isn't the guy I was originally fighting. He's not had as much time to prepare for me than I was preparing anyway. And it's littered in history. Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Vitali, Raheem Rahman. There's always fights out there that can always pull the rug from underneath you. So I think for AJ, he's got to try and stay focused. He's got to think, right, no matter what, I've got to stay professional. It's the hardest thing to do. So this is all about now showcasing AJ in the States because he wants that opportunity to do that.
OK, so let's pick the bones apart, because if you're saying AJ's got to go into this concentrating on this man's positives rather than perhaps perceiving his negatives. So what will he offer Ruiz Jr as an opponent? OK,
Ruiz Jr tucks up tight. He's short of 6'2". I reckon he's probably a bit short than that. Tucks up tight, can take a shot, and he's a reactive fighter. Long right hand, and he's fast with the jab. I just think with the height of AJ's got to now trying to control what's in front of him. Yes, Ruiz is a little bit shorter, and boxers, I think, completely differently from Miller did, who AJ's been preparing for over these last several weeks. And and Ruiz is confident. He's thinking, I'm coming in under the target. He'll have been eyeing up Anthony Joshua well before Anthony Joshua even knew who he was. So now he's got the opportunity. He's got the golden ticket to think, right, it's a real Rocky story as far as he's concerned. Because not in a million years did he think this was going to happen. Now all of a sudden he's in a great position to fight for a heavyweight title. He'll be busy, he'll be confident, he'll think, what have I got to lose, and go in there to give it his all.
Yeah, there we go. You mentioned it before, and we were looking at the odds. Joshua 20-1 on to beat Ruiz. So it shows how close this is. And we were talking in the break, OK, different era, different fighters, but Buster Douglas was one that sprang to mind straight away. He's got to be really careful here, hasn't he?
He's got to be careful, and you know what, I think Rob McCracken there, you see with his trainer there, he needs to cocoon him into away from all this. Get him with just a look, opponents change, keep your eye on the game. Don't listen to us, don't listen to the fans saying, undermining Ruiz. They've got to talk. Rob McCracken's got to stay in his head, stay focused. He's not a pushover, because every fighter, you need that tinge of fear. I remember when I was boxing, what Brendan would do is whenever there was a big fight on, get training just in case the opponent pulls out. So you never know who's prepared for you and who's not prepared for you. I'm not trying to say Ruiz is a massive threat for Anthony Joshua because I personally don't think he is, but I do think Ruiz will go in there and give it his all. And this guy, out of his 32 wins, he's knocked 21 of them out. So he can punch. He can box. I saw when he boxed Joseph Parker. He had Parker in a bit of trouble at times, and that was for the vacant WBO title. So he's not a pushover. He's not a mug. And to get this opportunity, this is a life changer.
Yeah. Ed, well, I got you here. Huge fight night on Sky this weekend. Canelo up against Daniel Jacobs. We've got about a minute. What can we expect from this?
Yeah, Sunday morning, 12:30. I think it's on Sky main event. I think this fight, Canelo has cemented his dominance in this division. He's like the king of the middleweights. And you thought after, you now realise how well Floyd Mayweather did against Canelo. Canelo's such an improved fighter. But this man here, Jacobs, you thought, this guy here, what's he going to do? But he was the first one to test Triple G to think, right, I can beat you. And some people say he won. Now he's got to go in there and see if he can take that fight to Canelo. I personally think Canelo is the best I've ever seen when it comes to speed, and when it comes to development, when it comes to adjusting your style of fighting, how you can improve yourself of a fighter. But for sheer tenacity, for sheer want and desire, Jacobs, you've got to give the underdog a massive push, and you've got to give him your heart and soul, and I hope he pulls it off.